The baby's cry cut through the night like a siren, sharp, desperate, unstoppable. Maria held him tighter, knowing it wouldn't help, knowing nothing she had left would. Her phone was dead. Her car was dead. Her hope was fading fast on the side of a forgotten highway. And then through the darkness, the ground began to tremble. Headlights appeared. Engines roared. Maria's heart dropped. She didn't know yet that this moment, this terrifying, noisy moment, would change her life forever. Maria never imagined that one wrong turn could unravel an entire life. If you've ever felt like the world abandoned you at your weakest moment, this night will feel painfully familiar. The rain had started as a drizzle, the kind that feels harmless, almost comforting. Maria thought nothing of it as she drove her old sedan down the narrow highway, her baby boy Leo strapped into the back seat. He was only 6 months old, warm and safe, unaware that his mother's hands were shaking on the steering wheel. The road was empty, the kind of empty that makes you feel invisible. Maria was exhausted, bone-deep tired from working double shifts, from being both mother and father, from pretending she wasn't scared all the time. Then the car sputtered, once, twice, and died. Maria pulled over, heart racing, whispering reassurances to Leo that she barely believed herself. She tried the ignition again and again until the silence became undeniable. No signal, no nearby lights, just rain, darkness, and a baby whose cry was growing louder by the second. She stepped out, rain soaking through her thin jacket, and opened the hood even though she didn't know what she was looking for. It felt like something adults were supposed to do in movies. Under the hood was nothing but confusion and steam. She slammed it shut, fighting tears. Leo's cries turned hoarse, the sound of hunger and fear mixing together. Maria checked the diaper bag, one bottle left, barely warm. She fed him in the front seat. Her body curled protectively around him as if she could shield him from the cold, the night, the world. Minutes stretched into hours, her arms ached, her mind spiraled. What if no one came? What if Leo got sick? What kind of mother gets stranded like this? Each thought cut deeper than the last. Maria whispered apologies into her baby's hair, tears falling freely now. She felt small, helpless, and utterly alone. That's when she heard it. A distant rumble, low, growing. The sound didn't belong to the night, it tore through it. Maria froze. Headlights appeared at the curve of the road, not one but many. Motorcycles, big ones. Leather-clad figures riding through the rain like shadows with thunder in their chests. Fear surged through her. She locked the car doors instinctively, clutching Leo tighter. Stories she'd heard, stereotypes she'd absorbed, all screamed danger. The bike slowed. One by one, they pulled over. The engines cut off. The sudden silence was heavier than the noise. A tall man removed his helmet first. Gray beard, kind eyes. He raised his hand slowly like he didn't want to scare her. "Ma'am," he said gently, rain dripping from his jacket. "Looks like you could use some help." Maria didn't answer. She couldn't. Leo cried harder. The man nodded, understanding something deeper than words. "It's okay," he said. "We're not going anywhere." And for the first time that night, Maria felt a crack in the wall around her heart. What happens next is the reason this story matters. Because sometimes help doesn't come dressed the way we expect, and hope arrives with the sound of roaring engines. The bikers moved with quiet purpose. One woman took off her jacket and draped it over Maria's shoulders. Another knelt by the car, checking the engine with a flashlight. Someone handed Maria a thermos of warm tea. No questions, no judgment, just action. The gray-bearded man introduced himself as Jack. He spoke softly, explaining every step, making sure Maria felt in control. When Leo's cries turned weak, Jack's expression changed, urgency replacing calm. "He needs warmth and quiet," he said. "We've got you." They couldn't fix the car, but they could do something better. One biker rode ahead to call for a tow from a nearby town. Another offered to escort Maria to safety. Jack looked at her, really looked at her, and said, "You don't have to be strong tonight." Those words broke her. Maria cried openly as they helped her into a warm van one of them carried for emergencies. Leo finally slept, his tiny chest rising and falling in peace. The rain eased. The road didn't feel so empty anymore. At the diner where they waited, the bikers filled the booth around her like a shield. They shared stories not to impress but to connect. Jack spoke of losing his daughter years ago. The woman who gave Maria her jacket talked about raising kids on the road. These weren't dangerous strangers. They were people who knew pain and chose kindness anyway. When the tow truck arrived and the sky began to lighten with dawn, Maria felt something she hadn't felt in years. Hope. Real, solid hope. Before they left, Jack pressed a small card into her hand. "If you ever need help," he said, "call. We look out for our own." Maria watched them ride away, engines fatting into the morning, and realized something profound. Strength isn't about never needing help. It's about surviving long enough to accept it. Months later, Maria would tell Leo this story. The night when the world seemed cruel and strangers proved it was. She would tell him that goodness exists in unexpected places, that help can come roaring through the darkness, and that even on your worst night, you are never truly alone. And every time she heard a motorcycle pass by, she smiled, because she knew that somewhere out there, kindness was still riding through the rain.